you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Good job.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I
all
don't
right.
feel right about this at all.
Well, I did.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for
I put
that
in
win.
some.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
He's giving me a line to follow.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Yeah. Right, let's go. But all right, okay. You the boss. This is where the line's telling me to go.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny.
Nope. Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
Yeah.
Not sure where I was going with all that.
No, me neither.
You know what? I think what we need right now
Yes.
is a bit of music to lighten
Yes.
the mood.
Following the line. Here we go. What could go wrong? To my doom. What? Da da da.
Wait, cut the music.
Yep.
Go back and look at that fern.
Okay.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
Okay.
You won't want to miss anything.
Yep. Got it. Oh, count the leaves. Yeah, count the leaves. Lots of them. Right, let's go. Music. The music was good. Can we put the music back on?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right?
Yes.
Story?
Yes.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Yeah. Wait a minute. What? But there was one that went that way. Oh no. Here we go. We're back where we started. We can't go that way because... Oh, right, I see. I get you. So we're now going this way.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line.
Yeah.
What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Yeah.
Something exciting,
Yeah.
daring,
Yeah.
mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
You know what, narrator? You and I got off to a bad start. Let's do it. I trust you now.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Yeah.
What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley. I'm ready for it.
You're not really. I mean, my imagination, you're not ready for what's in my head. I'm going to be honest with you, narrator.
No, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
Okay.
Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. Now, remember, the second narrator that some of you were not privy to told me that I needed to save my narrator. Now, that sounded a bit confusing. However, considering the fact I'm now following a line that's on the ceiling, we'll just go with it. So if he's telling me now to ignore the line, I'm going to trust our new narrator friend, who completely and utterly blew me up.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Yes.
From here, the story is in our control.
Absolutely.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Okay.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think.
All right.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
All right.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
So that means that the right door at the first choice is the right one. So we've just been told that the right door is the right door to go through, right? You've been playing the confusion ending for 17 minutes and 52 seconds.
Hold up, what's this?
Deviate from maintenance room, enter another room, narrator restarts the game.
Ending. That's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Yeah.
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Stanley attempts to play the game.
Stopped.
Unable to go anywhere or do anything, the game restarts on its own. Stick restart, find the line again, begin to follow the line, find identical replica of the office. As begin to attempt to make up a story, narrator restarts the game.
Will someone come for us?
Simple backspace, one on the button, find a bookstore, get bored, leave. Fuck.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
We must be in the deluxe version of the game now. So does that mean that... Oh. Not sure.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Uh-huh.
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special.
Has anyone seen this
I'm
before?
Sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Do I need to push a button?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere?
Ah, here we go.
Here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Wait a minute. You can't jump.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
The game is trolling me. That. And now that I'm out the circle, I can't jump anymore. I can only jump.
The new content. There has to be
In the
something else,
circle.
right?
No, I can't even jump in the circle. That's all the jumps used.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
What's amazing about this right now is that the game announced its release and it was delayed, and then it was delayed again, and it was delayed again. So they're trolling themselves. So that's the back bit on this. This is what they made in 3 years, which is pretty good. Oh my god.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold.
It's not Twitter anymore.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
The way he said friend, man. Okay. This isn't spooky. I've lost my narrator.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
mean, he's not. Coffee nut.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be?
Yes.
It got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Yeah.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
The actual.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant
In loving memory.
Oh, the waste.
Our first kiss, my first car, the release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. Good times. Good times. Is there anything here that I don't recognise? Yeah, good lord. The first dollar of the game. Smiled because it happened. This is kind of a nice thing for those that played the game before. The Stanley... Yeah. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. It is impossible. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Nominees. That's quite nice, actually. Your favourite moment is of Stanley being dead on the street side? I love that there's a bench here. What's this? What is this? Little Stanley!
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now.
The hell, man.
A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Okay, can't go down there. Person of the year. Red and blue. Okay. Your number's 29. There's so many like endings that I never got in the first one though.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone.
Jesus.
To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!